All right, so I'm gonna take off the front part. So I'll probably start taking off the water pump and then the alternator. So it looks like this is connected to the water pump. So I'll probably just take all these bolts off, take the pull it out as a one all in one, and that should be it for that. Then I'll start taking the timing cover. I'm gonna put this to top dead center, and this is gonna go back to the 0 mark. And yeah, pull this off, pull this cover off, and then start taking off all of this stuff in the top. And then I don't know if I'm gonna take off the cams today, or I don't know yet. I still have a lot of time, but I don't really want to do it just yet until I get some pricing around, because the last thing I want to do is have this all into pieces. I mean, I don't have much room. I mean, I have stuff in the garage already. This isn't my house, but I have to, you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't have much room. This, I need to make sure this is safe, because this is not cheap. I need to go over this too and probably rewrap all this stuff, because all this stuff is like cracking and stuff. And I'm also going to be replacing some plugs, and I need to figure out which ones I need to just maybe tuck away and tape up, so I know which ones I'm not going to use. And yeah, so I don't know, we'll see. Okay, so the alternator bolts, they are full. Lighting's kind of bad, so sorry. This is gonna get paid, so I'm gonna open it for that. That's what else is happening. Crap. Oh, there we go. That's the end of it for a minute. Alright, and then in there. So inside, right in there, that doesn't look good. The reason why I'm not taking this pulley off is because kind of being lazy. I don't want to go get a freaking belt to hold it, but I might have to just to get this off. So let me see, hang on. All right, well, I don't have my open end wrench, or one of my wrenches that are, you know, whatever, but that's not big. Got a belt for the serpentine. Me and Candy's hard. So the belt for the serpentine, holding like this, putting around the crank, and I'm just breaking these loose like this with my open end. And this is actually a 12, not a 10, sorry. Let me go here. Look at this, look at this. Look at this. Okay, so all these are loose. There. Okay. So now that's out. This whole pulley comes out. I'm going to set this down over here. Now it opens all this up, so I can take this off, and go from there. Okay. Socket size is a 22 for the crank. Okay, I don't understand that. Why I have white and then I have yellow. I don't understand that. I would think white would go with white, so I'm gonna try that. And I guess I'll go from there. So let me buzz this off, and I guess we'll just take it off from here. I'm guessing this is gonna come off later. That's a 10. I might need a new timing cover when I'm looking at it because it's all cracked everywhere. And this is just like a different bolt. Alright, I think I have that. Let me go look. Hang tight. Okay. I don't know why they put that one in there. I'll still change that later on. And that is a 5, just in case this actually goes on there, but I don't think it does. Okay, I don't know if I have this then. This might be. Damn it. Well, I don't have this tool here. Nope. Okay, so let me figure something out. Hang on. Okay, so I had it. It's a 5. I already see why I said the other one. On a wrench. So let me get something where I could grab this and turn it. I'll show you my open crescent wrench here. Alright, well here's a fun thing. You can't take this off. I mean, look, I got the bolt off, but I think you could see it's inside there. So I need to take this off, and I think I need to take off the crank in order to take that off. Because it looks like this cover goes to the bottom, and it looks like it loops under it. Don't quote me on that, but that's kind of what it looks like to me. So, I don't know. Gotta figure something out. I might take off the valve covers for now. I'm not sure because that's a lot of stuff. So hang on. Okay, so I'm gonna start taking this apart. I think you have to take off the harmonic balancer in order to take off the freaking timing belt and all that stuff. Not the harmonic water pump. Sorry. So yeah. I'm gonna start spraying all this stuff because all of these little bits fell in here. Probably should let my air compressor build up. Alright, so I'm just going to take out the coil pack by taking off the bracket, which is a 10 millimeter bolt. Looks like that probably holds it on like that. So these two, and keep these in order. Like I marked these a long time ago. I don't remember if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It might be like that. Don't quote me on that. But yeah. I already have new ones sitting in a box, so yeah, it's pretty nasty. Alright, so let me see if I show you guys. All of this. Yeah, there's a bolt right there. I gotta get that. But I gotta blow all this out. I don't want this to fall. Well, I mean, the valve covers are gonna come off anyways like that, so. Alright, I'm gonna start taking out the valve covers. It's a 10 mil. Whenever you get new valve covers, I guess get these little rubber grommet things. I guess these wear out a lot. So I have a small little mallet over there I can use to knock this out because it's stuck on there. And yeah, I've been putting off the valve cover for a while. So okay, the front ones take this nut. It looks like that's how it is on both valve covers over here. I'm gonna set this down over here real quick. Valve covers. Let's see if I can pry it off. Nope. Nope. I'm gonna see if I can get it off. I don't really want to pry on it because of, you know, the head, so just okay, so I'm gonna take out these studs because this damn thing does not want. Yeah, so this is holding it. Those little rubber things. So I have the tool to take out the studs. Hang tight. Alright, so I actually don't have the correct tool for this. I do have the tool, but I don't have the right size. That's what I should have said. So how I'm doing it is I pry it out on the back. And I think Drift Motion sells these, so I'm not too worried about it. I'm gonna replace this stud with just like a bolt, because this is stupid. So yeah, so I'll do that, and then I'll get this one too. This is gonna be a fun one to get because this will be a fun one to get, being up here in the top of the motor or in the front of the motor. So let me see if I can get this one. Got some scoring there. That's weird. Oh shoot. Okay, I'm gonna throw this back on here so when I get the other one off. Alright, so this is the second attempt to take off the crank. Last time I used a little stubby impact which only had like 700 breakaway. This has 1300 breakaway. So let me do that. That way you guys can see. Let me grab my sockets and stuff, and then I'm gonna put the belt on here, and I'm just gonna try to hit off with this. So okay, so again we're gonna try it. My socket, the socket size is 22. And we're gonna see if this works. I have a longer socket, but I'm gonna try the stubby for now. Usually you guys can get away with this with the stub, or I'm sorry, with the weighted socket, but I'm gonna try this. All right, so I got the socket in, and I don't know if you guys can see that. It's not Lysol or whatever, it's a cheaper one. I didn't want to spend like 28 bucks on it. I think it's 28 bucks, don't quote me on that. But yeah, so I'm gonna open this up and then it should be able to buzz this right off. Yeah, you can see how fat that is around here. So we'll pull that right off. Now I am using a 1300 breakaway, but you could use a 7 impact. You can use, I think it's like 500 to 700 breakaway you can use with this, because this literally transfers all the power to that. I mean, maybe not 500, I would say at least 700, and you could use that stubby from Harbor Freight. That's what some people are saying that they got away with. So, but for just in case, I brought my big one that I use for work, because I don't want to take any chances and I don't really want to keep waiting. I want to take all this stuff apart. So let me put it on my impact and get that going. All right, so let's give this a shot. And how I'm doing this is, I know you guys saw last time I failed miserably, as I'm just putting my foot through here. I don't know if you guys can see if I have that hooked up right, but I have this around the crank. I left the alternator bolt in here, so it's on the stud, and then it's wrapped around where the alternator pulley is. But for the most part, let's see if this works. And I'm gonna hold something right here and just go for it. And I'm gonna say that was 100% worth it, because that thing took it off without any issues. All right, so I don't really have a harmonic balancer puller, but I do have like this little pulley kit that I got from Harbor Freight that's been sitting for a while. I've only used it like maybe 2 times, but it says pull seal sleeves, bearings, flange typer axles, front wheel drive hubs, dents, and Preston bolts with 2 or 3 jaw pulleys, or puller, whatever. So I mean, it looks like it might work. Let me go get my socket set, and then we do that. I mean, this this harmonic balancer is already messed up, as you can see, and I'm just going to replace it with one of the fluid dampers or dampeners, whatever. So I don't really care if this gets damaged as much because it's already damaged right here and I'm gonna have to replace it. So you can follow what I'm doing if you have this and you don't feel like spending money on an actual correct tool. I mean, this looks like it'd be fine. I don't know why it wouldn't, but I'm just gonna use it. I'll be right back. All right, so this should start separating from the block. Let's do this. And yeah, it's pulling it. Like super easy. I don't know if you guys could see that, but it is pulling really easy. And I don't want to use my impact or anything on it. I'd rather just go slow with this. But you can see it's just pulling it really easy. I'm not even really doing much. I don't know if that's off yet. Nope, not off. So let me continue doing this. Let's get off. There. That's already off. So there we go. Yeah. So there it is. And yeah, I'm gonna replace this thing. So now I should be able to take off the rest of the stuff and figure out if I'm gonna be able to save the block. I mean, by the looks of it and what people are telling me, it doesn't seem like it, but I need to at least see if I can, because I don't really have much money to throw out the damn car as much as I want. I have other priorities and stuff that I have to be mature about. So yeah, let me see what I can do here now. This is a 10 mil, of course, and then yeah, let me pull this off, and then I need to go get a extension to get these. So let me pull these off first. And these aren't 10s. These I think are, well, let me check. So those are actually 12 up here. And I think I need to, actually, you know what? I actually take this off. So there's only 3 bolts. And I'm gonna have to use something to break that. Hang tight. I kinda already loosened these ones.
So I dropped a half a G on a rented SV 1200 sampler. Down behind 4 tracks, the bass from the lab used to blow the fucking floor back. My ghost was doing stick ups, trying to make a big
camera died. Anyways, I'm not gonna take out the cams today. I'm gonna wait till I get the tool for the head stud, or sorry, for the head bolts, and it's like a, what is it, double hexed or something like that. I'll put the link in the bio and all that stuff when I get it in and all that stuff. I'll let you guys know how it works. A lot of guys in the forums are saying to use an Allen head, and then other guys are arguing saying don't use an Allen head because they strip the bolts, whatever. So a lot of guys recommend it on there. You can get it off Amazon. It's just like a specific tool for the head for Toyota Scion and Lexus. So I'll put it on there, but for now I'm gonna just wait a little bit until I get it, because yeah, all this stuff costs a lot of money to take it to the shop. So when I take it to the shop, they're gonna look at the crank, the block, the head. Mostly they're gonna be looking at the crank and head, I'm sorry, the crank and block to make sure it's still salvageable. And then the head, I mean, I don't have any issues with the head. I don't think I should, but they're gonna pretty much just test it, make sure there's no leaks. They're gonna clean it up, hot tank it, all this stuff to make it look nice and pretty again, and then resurface it a little bit. And then, which I don't really need to resurface it because I never had a leak, knock on wood. I never really overheated the engine, nothing like that, but we'll see. Mostly right now my biggest fear is the crank and block. Mostly the block, if it's not salvageable. I mean, the crank, it's whatever, but the block is what I'm scared of, because if it isn't, then I have to order a new block and crank from Toyota, which is, it comes in the short block. So we'll see. A lot of this stuff is a lot of money, and I don't have that much money to throw at the car. I did notice on the actual cams on this though, I don't know if you're seeing that. Hang on, let me turn my camera. Yeah, it looks like that's hold on, it looks like that is damaged a little bit there, and then right here that looks like that's damaged. So I don't know. I do want to do 264 cams in this. I do want it, hold on, can't get my words out. I wanted it to kind of sound a little more beefy than the stock engine, which when I do that, I know I have to register this damn car out of state until I move out of California. But yeah, for now I'm gonna start bagging all this stuff up, put it away, and then go from there. And then for you guys that are asking, why don't you just take the cams out now and all that stuff, because I don't really want to yet. I don't want to leave it just sitting in here. I'd rather just put it somewhere nicely, and I don't really have anywhere to do that. I got to organize more stuff to make some room, because from my understanding, you're not really supposed to leave these exposed to the elements. I mean, they're kind of outside, but I have my covers on, and I have a tarp over it and all that stuff. So that's gonna be it for now. I just had to make sure that weighted socket was good for it, and it was. So now I'm gonna package all this up, put it away, and then go from there.